Okay, so I've got birds all over the place now. This is what caused the problem last time. Pigeons up there. Remember last year? The cat that jumped off the roof. That's what it was doing, chasing pigeons up there. I need to get rid of these. Be right back. What's up, guys? Well, obviously no van, but if you saw my short the other day, then you know exactly where it's at. Anyway, what I wanted to do, I wanted to give a little bit of an introduction to this video because it is a little bit complex and it has been shot over 6 months. Now, the main reason is that when I began the video, I had an idea. Towards the end of the video, I completely changed my mind. So you're going to see a process, some of the things I've done. It's the body glass, that's basically what I'm working with. So you're going to see the process that I went through, and then at the end you will see the conclusion I came to and the change of mind that I had. Although the van will be back for the end of this video. I'm just shooting this now because I'm editing it and I needed an intro. So without further ado, cue the video. What's this, you might ask? Well, if you saw my Type2 video, you will recognize these tubes. And you may be wondering what they have got to do with the camper van. Well, I have been giving this a great deal of thought, and I want to tint all of the windows in the van. I'm not doing the windshield or the two front door windows, but all of the body glass. Yeah, I've decided I'm going to tint it. So I thought, given that all of the glass is out, this is a good time to do it. So I have tried these kits from Type2. Now I've had to buy 3. I've already had this out and now it won't come out. I've had to buy 3 because of the amount of glass that's in this. There we go. But it's basically just straight up tint film. So I've almost quite a dark one. How am I going to do this? Oh, I forgot, I stuck the tape back down on the ends. You can tell I'm well prepared this morning. So I don't know how well you can see through that. Actually, it doesn't look that dark on the camera, but it is quite a dark tint anyway. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I've never done this before, so it's all going to be a new experience. And I think I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and it appears to go on pretty similar to the actual stripes themselves. You just cut a piece approximately to size, wet the window down with some soapy water, take the backing off, stick it on, and squidgy it all out. So with that in mind, let's try and figure this all out. One thing I do need to do though is I want to put it on the inside. And I know some of the videos I've seen, people are putting it on the outside, but I personally, I think that's liable to get, well, it's more likely to be damaged. You know, so I want to put it on the inside of the glass. But the first thing I've got to do is get all the glass out, and then figure out what's the inside and outside, because I think some of the glass, does it have a slight curve to it? I'm not sure. I'll have to start bringing it out and having a good look at it. But that is the plan for this video. Now obviously I'm still on refinishing the paintwork on it, and so the glass isn't going in straight away, but the other thing I need to do is I am missing one window in this, so I'll be able to just give me the opportunity to sort it all out, figure out what actual glass I'm missing. I think it's one of these back ones, I'm not sure, but it'll be able to give me the opportunity to figure out what I actually need. And yeah, I do have a seal kit on order, so as soon as the paintwork's finished I will be putting these windows in. So yeah, but for this video at least anyway, I'm just going to be applying the film. So before I actually get into doing anything with the film, the very first thing I'm going to do is thoroughly clean all of the glass. So what I'm looking for is, I don't know if you can see there, but there's been something on the glass there. Just any stickers, any residue. Basically the glass has to be absolutely spotless. So I'm not sure whether to start off with a soap solution or go straight in with a glass cleaner. I think I might just start with a soap solution and just work my way through it. It's just good. This is just dish detergent and microfiber cloths, and then just give it a real nice clean there. Anyway, I will be back once I've got all of these done. So there's the first one there. Everything's cleaned off it, it's all nicely washed down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it in the garage. I've got a place where I can stack them up, and there'll be no kitty cats or anything else that'll get into them. So I'm basically just going to do this with all the glass. So there's little point in constantly repeating everything that I'm doing. So we'll come back to this once all the glass has been washed, cleaned, and stacked up to dry. So we will see you in probably an hour or so. So this is one of the little stickers that I am having a lot of trouble with at the moment. I can get like little tiny bits here and there, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paint reducer on there, just leave it to sit for a short while, and then hopefully that'll soften it all up and bring it off. I have used Gooey Gone before, but I don't have any. So, and obviously, like I've said in the past, this is kind of like the butt plug of nowhere here, so it's not like I can just run into a local store and pick some up. So yeah, I'm just going to try some paint reducer, just see if that'll soften this, because I think this has probably been on for decades. I mean, this thing is just baked. I mean, it is just baked solid. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so that's working. Yeah, this is a Scotch-Brite, but I am putting very little pressure on. I don't want to put any scratches into the glass, but I tell you what, I think someone's been welding near this, because I can feel welding spatter. I might have to get some glass polish and see if I can. Oh god, yeah, can you hear it? It's just this corner. What I might do is I might get the polisher out with some compound and just see if I can just polish it out there. But let's get this off first. There we go. Still a few bits there, but it's better than it was. God, I wish people would not weld next to glass. Or if you're going to, at least cover it up. Anyway, let me try this a bit more. So basically what I'm doing is I've just got a DA with a soft polishing pad on, and I'm just using T-cut. It's just a basic compound scratch remover, There's plenty of other similar products about, so just anything like that. But yeah, I'm just gradually, you still feel some there, but I'm just gradually just polishing it and just taking as much off as I can. I'm also just wetting it down with soap and water. It's going to take a little while to do this. There is a product out there called Tesh, and it is phenomenal for taking this off, but it's extraordinarily expensive, and it's predominantly used in the glass industry for like polishing crystal and stuff like that. But I don't have any of that, sadly. But yeah, this will do. I don't want to get in anything that's too aggressive, because I don't want to put minute scratches in the glass. So yeah, it's just a bit of time and patience. So it's taken quite a while, but I've got it. Yeah, people, please don't weld next to windows. Don't grind next to them. It ruins the glass. But what I'll probably have to do with this is I want to see how it dries, because if it dries with any sort of haze on it, then I'll have to go to a slightly heavier compound. I do have some I forget what it is now, but it's a really heavy polishing compound, so if I have to, I'll hit it with that, and then that should do it. But I'm going to flip it over, I'll clean the other side off, wash it down, and then we'll stand it up to dry, and we'll just have to wait and see what it comes out like. Okay, we are having a bit of an issue here. So I thought this was film on this window. It's not. It seems to be paint, actual mirror paint. I have seen this done before, but not for a very long time. Back in, oh god, late 70s, early 80s, there were some kits available on the market for basically doing a mirror tint on your windows, and it was literally a spray-on product. Yeah. And I mean, I've got a reducer on there now, and I don't know if anything that can actually take this stuff off. I've never seen anybody take it off. I haven't even seen it for decades, but yeah, because you can see there where it's fading off, where it's worn off on these edges. Yeah, insert your own expletive here. So I might actually be looking for two windows. Damn it, that's kind of put a, yeah, what's the term? Cat among the pigeons. I'm gonna soak it in reducer and leave it for a few hours and see what that does. Wow, this has been quite a task. Literally ended up with just a razor blade, and put a little bit of thinners on and gently scrape, a little bit of thinners, gently scrape, and just work my way across the entire screen. But I've got it clear now. I've soaked it down in reducer again, and yeah, I'm just giving it a good wash, and I'm going to set it to one side to let it dry, and then we'll see what it looks like. Just, you know, I might have to give it a polish before I do anything else with it, but yeah, at least that's saved. So I've given this about an hour or so to do dry up, so I'm just going over it again. There's just a few little areas that I need to readdress. I don't know whether that's glue. I don't know what that is under there. It's something sticky, but I'll clean that off in a moment. And I don't know if you can tell, it's gotten really dull here and it's starting to rain. That wasn't in the forecast, but whatever. So I have tracked down another window. Hopefully I'll be able to go and get that tomorrow, but I'm have to wait and see. He's going to get back to us when it's going to be a good time. Yeah, that's that removed. Yeah, there are still a few areas on this where there's if you can see it there, actually it shows up way better on camera than it does in real life, but a lot of these windows where the van's been painted over the years, there's little bits of overspray, and that's what a lot of this is. So I'm going to get some reducer again and go around, give it another clean, give it another wash, and then yeah, leave them to dry again. So there we go. I have washed them all down again. Basically I need these things to be absolutely spotless, so what I did was I let them dry, and just any little bits of marks or debris or anything like that around the edges, predominantly on the edges, I've went round, just cleaned them all up again. I've used paint reducer again, then I've just given them a good wash down with soap and water, and I'll leave them to dry another hour or so, and then I'll come back with like a vinegar based window cleaner, and I'll give them one final polish, and then we'll get into actually putting the tint on them. Okay, so I was wrong about the logos being on there. There's one, see it just there. Anyway, we've still got some marks around here. Like I say, I need this glass immaculate before I start putting any film on them. So that's why I'm being so anal about it, because once that film's on here, any little bits of anything left on here will absolutely pop, and it will drive me nuts because I'll see it all the time. So that's the last one. These are all spotless now. I was close to it as I can get for, what is it, 40, 50-year-old glass. So it is getting late in the day now, so I'm not going to start putting the film on. What I'm hoping to do is, I think I mentioned earlier, I have contacted a guy. He's got a couple of windows and everything for sale, so hopefully if I can go over tomorrow and collect them, or collect the one that I need, then when I get back we can continue and get this all finished, but I'll just see how that goes. And anyway, I think that's it for today. I'm just going to pack up all my microfiber towels there. I'm going to give them a wash, hang them out to dry, and then we'll be ready for when I've got that other window. So I have just had delivery. So I'm just taking a moment because obviously I'm 5, so I've got to open it up straight away. But this should be the seal kit for the windows. By the way, will this be a previous video or the next video? I do have a video on the actual body glass on the van, and I did mention that I do need it's one of the side windows, and I have been in contact with someone for one, and he's sent me a message to say he'd take a photograph, just make sure it is the window that I want, and he seems to have vanished. I've heard nothing more from him, but this company here, they appear to have a brand new one for about $40. So I'm probably just going to go with a new one. The only reason I haven't ordered it yet is I want to see what else I need, and that way I'm not paying multiple multiple amounts of shipping. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of these, so that one, so let's see, I think that, 2, 3, no wait a minute, that one goes there, there's that one, and that one, right. Those 4 are for the 4 side windows. That there is for the side door, the actual seal around the door. And this one here, that should be for the rear window. No invoices, interesting. Anyway, yeah, it's all there, so yeah, happy with that. Let me just put these to one side and then we'll get back to the van so we can get to the point where we can put these in. Well, as you can see, obviously I'm in the conservatory at the moment. I've got the glass stored in here for safety. But yeah, it is a few weeks later, so you will see what's been going on with the van. Obviously, if you saw the previous video, you know what's happened anyway. So, but what I'm doing here is, the glass in the VW is reversible. That is, there's no curvature or anything to it. It's identical on both sides. So, because some of the glass has had a little bit of grinder rash on it, I want that to go to the outside of the van, because today I'm going to start putting the tint on. And I really want the tint to go on the best side of the glass. And because if not, you're going to see it through the tint. Any imperfections on the glass surface, you're going to see that. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going to pull each piece of glass out, and just got some blue tape, and I'm just going to stick a little piece of blue tape on what I want to be the outside. So if that makes sense. So on this one I can feel, I think, actually it's dusty, but yeah, I think this is the better side. So I'll put the tape on this side, and then that way I know that is the outside. I'll put the tint on the other side. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing anyway. So I'm going to go through all the glass, sort it out, and then yeah, next time you see me I will be outside and we will be putting the tint on. Okay, so here we are. Got the first piece, obviously tape is on the bottom there. So normally what you would do with this, and there's lots of videos out there on YouTube, so if you want to go and see how to do it, is you would take the that's starting to rain, doesn't matter. Anyway, you would take the film, take it to your vehicle, and all of the videos I've seen, what they do is they actually basically cut a piece off bigger than the window, lay it over the outside of the screen, trim it to size, and then that gives them like the approximate size for the inside. But I don't need to do it that way, because obviously I'm sitting there with just a piece of glass. So I think what I'm going to do is basically just roll a piece out, just trim it, and then I can just lay it on there and just trim the edges of it. I don't need to do any pre-trimming or anything, so I think that's what I'm going to attempt. So this isn't going to be a tutorial. Like I've said in the past, these are just what I'm doing videos, and if you're looking for a tutorial on these, just have a look on YouTube. There are so many people that have got really top quality videos. If I remember to, I'll stick a couple of links in the ones that I've watched in the description below. But yeah, there's a lot of people who've done really good videos out there, and they are far better than what I can do. So yeah, this is just what I'm doing, not a tutorial. So just clear that up. So basically, like I did with the stripes, I've got just soapy water down on the glass. I've got the tint there. Try it again. So basically, same idea as what I did with the stripes. Soapy water on the glass. I have cleaned the glass to begin with, but lay soapy water. Peel the backing off the tint. I've laid it down there, and now I'm just going to squeegee all the water out and get the tint laid down there nicely. And then I think there's another backing on this to come off. I'm not sure, but yeah, basically get the tint laid down there nicely, get it all the bubbles and everything out, and then just work everything from the middle out to the edges. But like I say, go and check other people's videos. You know, it's that's the best idea. But yeah, this is basically how I'm doing it. And then what I'll do is, obviously, I've overcut the piece. Then I can just come and neatly trim the edges, and voila, as they say. So at this point now, obviously it's still a little bit ragged along the edges there. I will trim that later, but basically I'm taking the squeegee, I don't know how well you can see this, and just working the water out from underneath. You can actually see it pushing it out. So like that bit there. Let's see if we can move him that way. So this is just a technique that I'm using, and it seems to be working. So that's yeah, I'm just going to carry on. Then I'll come back and I will trim this up a little bit better. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. There's the second one done. This one went a little bit quicker. A bit of dirt there, but yeah, I'm improving with each one. So what I did do was, though, I reduced the amount of soap that I had in my squirty bottle. The first one I did, I think I had just a little bit too much soap in it. So this one I've basically emptied half the bottle out and then topped it up with water again. So yeah. I guess, because that is one thing I've never seen. I haven't seen any video where they say basically, do you need just a little squirt of water, dish detergent, or do you need a lot? Do you need, you know? So, yeah, like I say, I reduced the amount of soap in considerably, and this one went a lot better. So, let's get this one put away, and we'll move on to the next. Okay, so it is now actually a few months later. This video has been kind of spread out a lot, like a lot of my videos lately. But I've got the side window now. It has the tint on it and everything. So the only thing I've got left to do now is there's a few bits of paintwork I want to touch up on the inside, and I want to get the headlining in, and I want this done before the windows go in. Now, one thing I am doing is I'm having a company put the glass in. I've had a couple of attempts myself, and I've nearly dropped the glass. So I thought, you know what, let's just pay a professional to put it in. So right at the moment, the rest of this video, I'm just going to be cleaning up on the inside. I'm not going to shoot much footage. I'll probably do a bit of the headlining, but otherwise I'm just getting the few remaining little bits and pieces done. So hopefully by the end of this video it will have all of its body glass in, windshield, and door windows. I'm not doing those just yet. That's going to be the last thing to get done on it, but I'm not sure when that will happen. The primary goal is to get the majority of this sealed up for winter. Obviously at this point the roof is already done, and yeah, so I have been messing about with the interior while I've been waiting on a few bits for the roof, but let's just get on with it, then we can get this video all finished up and we'll be moving on to the next. So first stage, I've laid it out here. I was going to put the wires in first, but I think what I'll do is I'll actually put this back section in first. and then fish the wires into place. I'm not cutting the cutout yet for the interior light. That I'll do at a later stage. Basically, I'm just getting the headliner in place. Okay, if you hear me over the jet again, basically just got it tucked in here for the moment. I do have to centralise this yet, but I'm going to get the wire stays in first. But it moves quite easily on here, so it's not a big deal. So I've ended up having to put just a couple of chocks in there just to hold this, because it is popping out as I'm working down here. But yeah, I've got one stay in. I'm gonna get the other one in, and I should be able to tension it, which then should hold this better. But yeah, it's cold today as well, so the actual headliner is kind of stiff, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. You just got to work with what you've got and when you can. Well, I'm having issues with the adhesive because of the temperatures, but I've warmed it up, got it all sticky again, so I've clamped it, I've glued up to here. So I'm going to leave this, give it half an hour, may as well go and have some lunch or something, and then come back and hopefully it'll have stuck. But yeah, it's going up all right there. I'll then work my way down this side. But yeah, the adhesive is just getting very, very, well, stiff basically. It just doesn't want to bond, but we'll get there. We will get there. Okay, there we are. I just put that bit of trim up there just to keep that supported, but the actual's looking good. Now there's a few little creases in there here and there, but once I get to doing these sides, they will actually pull out. So I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Looking good. Yeah, it's again, like I've said several times, I'm actually at the point now where it feels like I'm getting somewhere. Well, I know it's nothing really to do with this video, but I've been finishing off some of the insulation there. I've got it all around up there and everything as well. So I just wanted to, like I've said in the past, just keep things moving along. Obviously, you can see the little bit of wrinkles there in the top, but we'll get that all sorted out tomorrow. And cut the lights on outside because it is getting dark, so I think I might actually wrap it up for tonight. Well, eventually I'm getting the van ready to go and get the glass put in. It has actually been about a couple of weeks since I've done anything out here. If you saw my short, then you know I've been suffering from the virus of unknown origin. Yeah, it's still an issue to say it on YouTube, so... But yeah, I've been kind of ill. It really knocked me on my ass, so... I've just gotten absolutely nothing done out here, so... I've cleaned all the van out. I've just been giving it a good wash because, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the front of the tent down, just get the whole front area cleared, and then tomorrow it'll be ready just to pull up the drive, load onto the trailer, and then we will take it away. Well, there we go, all packed up and strapped down, ready for tomorrow. So yeah, next time you see this, it'll be loaded onto the trailer. Well, the big day is here. Got the Mini there. Going to use the Mini to just move the van up the driveway. My buddy Andy's on his way with the trailer, so we'll get it loaded up and we will head off. Probably not going to shoot much footage this morning. We just need to get this done. So it's probably going to be I'll see if I can grab some shots when it's on the trailer. Once it's left out, as you can hear, I'm coughing up a lung. And yeah, so yeah, yeah, we're ready. Well, I'm almost ready. We'll see you soon. Well, we're sitting here. There's the van on its way, and I better get my ass in gear and follow. Well, obviously she's gone. This is actually the next day. I'm out here getting this all sorted out and get all this taken down now, get this all tidied up. But I didn't really shoot any footage. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling too good yesterday. And by the time I got around the trailer and over there, I was just, yeah, I'm still recovering. And I was like, I just didn't feel up to it, I'll be honest. Glass is now in. Buddy Andy's going to bring her over in a day or two, but it gives me a chance to get this cleared. Again, I'm not going to be shooting much video today, I'm just taking this all down, so next time you will see me is when we're rolling her back in, so yeah. Well, she's back and looking like a van. I am really, really happy with it. Obviously I've got plastic on the windows there at the moment. That's just for transportation, that'll be coming off in the morning. And I'm going to put some plexiglass in there just for the time being, mainly because I want to get on doing the electrics on this, and budget constraints. I can only either do the electrics or do those windows, buy the frames and everything this month, so I'd rather do the electrical system. Anyway, aside from that, all the body glass is now in and she is looking good. Now, obviously, we have no tint. I decided to remove all of the tint off the glass before it went in. As you can see, it's been snowing and it's really cold at the moment, so my chin's freezing. And but basically what happened, last time I was over at the shop, I was driving back and I got behind a very nice mint green bay. I think it was a 75, I don't remember. But it was basically the same van. It had all of the body glass blacked out. And my first impression was, yeah. But after following it for about 40 minutes, I didn't like it. It was just, there was too much contrast between the really dark window and the really light bodywork. And I genuinely, by the time it pulled off, I knew there and then I was going to remove the tint off the glass. I wasn't going to put the tinted glass in. Now, if this had been black or a dark colour, I think the tint would have looked fantastic, but it didn't work for me, because I've tried to keep a more of a vintage look to this, and the privacy glass didn't work, basically. So, yeah, I removed it. After all of the hassle at the beginning of this video, I go and pull it off, but I don't care. I know I've made the right decision. And yeah, with that in mind, and it's getting dark out here now, that's it. Eventually, after, I think it's 6 months, I think it's about 6 months since I first started messing with the glass in this. At least 5 anyway. It's January, by the way. Yeah, it's done. The glass is in and it's looking good. The roof is done. You know, it's, you know, I can get on, start working in the interior. Yeah, it's cold out here, but I can stick a little heater in there and I can keep the interior warm while I'm working in it. I can do the electrics. The worst part's going to be underneath, but you know, I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I feel for the first time in ages, I genuinely feel like I've made a huge step with this van. And just feeling reinvigorated, especially after the past few weeks. Obviously, I've mentioned it several times. I did have COVID. I think I can see it now. It's the end of the video. And it absolutely knocked me on my ass. It beat the bejeebers out of me. And so I was getting absolutely nothing done. And the day that I took the van over, why I didn't really get much footage, I was just absolutely wasted by the time I got home. So I'd like to have taken some little bit of video of it being in the shop and everything, but I just wasn't up to it. I dropped it off and I left. That was it. But yeah, there we go. So we're getting ready to move into the next stage. And again, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone. And I'm glad you're sticking with me for this journey. And I'm losing my voice because that's been one of the side effects. I lost my voice for a while. So thank you for watching. And yeah, come back and see me sometime. Have a good one.